Howdy, 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 folks, and welcome to another stream with me, Fluent Code, here in the UK. And we are playing tonight for you again, Car Mechanic Simulator. Looking forward to this one. We seem to have started to get ourselves into a position where we can actually start to make some credits. Obviously, as I've said before, my credit goal for this is 100,000 credits. And here I'm going to get straight into the action. So we're going to pop over here and then get into the game. So in the last session we managed to get ourselves up to there we go. You can see it there in the corner. 23,500 credits. I have got some DLC for the game. So we've been starting to get a slightly nicer quality of vehicle through the shop. And as you can see, we have popped ourselves out here with a little extra ramp, a little bit of space. We've got rid of the grotty old bus that was sat there, taking up half of our workshop area. And you can see we've got this beautiful tiled area, which we are going to completely not make any use of, apart from decoration as far as I can see. There might be a thing a bit later on to get some customization things going. However, after the last vehicle that we had through here, which was a Skyline, I believe, we had a special job for a Skyline just after we'd expanded the garage and bought ourselves a new ramp, a welder and stuff like that. And it basically bankrupted us. It was only fortunate that we just about managed to cover our losses on the payout from that job. So what have we got in the job list at the moment? We've got an Elenti Izzy, just a disgusting Euro crap box. I'll tell you what, I'm going to take the Ford Sierra. It's not called a Ford Sierra in this, of course, but we all know that it is. Let's have a look. What are we going to have here? Oh, it's an absolute shitbox. That's what we like to see, folks. Oh, look at it. It's a Kieran. Oh, beautiful. Is there any dead things in the trunk? No, but there quite possibly has been at some point. Let's have a look here. What have we got? We've got, oh God, it's just disgusting, isn't it? Look at it in blue. Oh, yeah. I mean, this is an iconic car in my country. This would have been, I mean, absolutely. When I was growing up, this would have been all the rage. Certainly, you know, your dad would have been cool if you had one of these. Now, this is going to be a little bit tricky to me, because I'm seeing here one part not discovered, repair all running gear faults. So somewhere underneath this rusty crap box is going to be a broken part, and it's going to be somewhere, I imagine, below 34%. So I reckon this is going to be really hard to find. So let's get this thing in and on the lift, and we'll lift it up in the air and we'll see whether or not we can find anything. Here we go. I mean, looking at it, is, like I say, it's just an absolute heap of junk. Oh, look at it. Beautiful, beautiful. So what do you reckon we've got on here then? Nothing there that really stands out as being extra shit, but I mean, it could literally be anything on this car. I'm going to need to actually get in there and start poking around with some of these bits to see if I can find out what's wrong with it. I wonder if see, like that bush itself looked absolutely rotten, but it's still only 38%, so it's actually above the threshold. As I say, it's going to be quite hard, I reckon, to find the faulty part here. especially as it's running gear rather than electrical, or so I've got no real way to test running gear yet because I don't have a track, a test track. Rear shock absorber cap 10%. If that is, well, there we go. Rear shock absorber cap. I'll tell you what, I'll take it. I will take it. Because that is a real nice easy one to get first thing out of the gate today. We will pop that on and ship this one out of the shop, because quite frankly, for 89 credits, I don't want to know about it. Don't want to have anything more to do with it. I do wish that you could like upsell a bit, so maybe make a bit more on this. And oh no, did I get the electric vehicle DLC? Because that looks like an electric vehicle with 50% part. Brake system and other tasks. Well, they're going to give me a list at least. So let's get this one in the shop and we'll see what it does. We'll see if it's any good. Oh, look at that! It's like a Lotus Elise, but weird and horrible. I mean, look at it. It's what even is that? Why is half of it blue and half of it green? Brake caliper, brake discs, yeah, and refill the. So yeah, okay, a basic brake job on an electric vehicle. That shouldn't be too hard. Let's put this one in on our ramp. We'll get it up in the air, and we'll start checking out what bits need to be done. So first of all, I'm going to grab discs. Was it 2 brake discs and a ventilated disc? That's quite easy, isn't it? We'll grab 2 of those and a ventilated, and then we got a caliper and a set of pads. So that's actually really easy. Brake caliper and a set of pads. Now, I'm not sure how my audio is coming across. I'm not monitoring it, so yeah, fingers crossed. The mic setup is in a good place at the moment. I spent quite a lot of time over the weekend getting that set up, but it was actually really quite enjoyable. It was quite technical. Followed a good couple of YouTube videos about how we do things, and that was getting some filters set up and looking at various things. That was quite good fun, if I do say so myself. Although I did spend a ridiculous amount of time doing it. Right, that's the brake pad, the offending one. This is clearly the brake caliper over here, so we're going to get this side off as well. And then I imagine our brake discs are possibly the ones at the back. So yeah, obviously if there is anything wrong with the audio setup, I would appreciate if you guys can let me know. Seemed okay from what I was monitoring on it over the weekend while I was setting it up, but you never know. I could be blowing your eardrums out right about now, and because I'm not monitoring it, I would never know. There we go. That looks like one of the brake discs. One of the front brake discs is going to be a problem, isn't it? Because it has to be. Yeah, one of the front brake discs has to be a problem because it's a ventilated one. So I'm going to need to get over there, and oh my God, look at it! It's all weird and electrical. The future is now, eh? or maybe the future is tomorrow. I don't really know. It could be now, could be tomorrow. Anyway, so we are working towards our 100k goal, and I think that electric cars are going to be the key to getting myself up there. Yeah, that brake disc is buggered as well, isn't it? So we can switch to putting parts back on now, because clearly that's our crap ones all found. Now, what was this? This was a 50-something%. I'm just going to put them on wherever. Yeah, I think we should be fine. This was a brake disc that failed over this side anyway, wasn't it? So. There we go. That's one side done. I'm going to bounce over to the other side using the parts to jump over there rather than coming out, and see if we can save ourselves some time, because we want to get these jobs in and out of the shop as quickly as possible. Oh, now I can't see anything. Here we go, and jump over to this one. Normal brake disc here on the back. So this will be my first electric car that thankfully doesn't need any electrical works doing to it, because I'm not quite sure I'm ready for that just yet. It is quite interesting to see exactly what they think an electric car is made up of, though. So I might just bounce around here in the middle for a little bit. What have we got? A bottom fan housing, a power electronic controller, charger, front end housing, gearbox. Yeah, look at all of this. This is just weird stuff as far as I can tell, and I'm actually not interested in it in the slightest. I'm sure eventually I'll find out how these things work, as I have to take more than the brakes on them apart. But honestly, electric cars hold very little interest for me, either in this game or in real life. I am just going to drop the audio levels on the game down a little bit, because I do think that they might be a bit excessive. Let's just see now if we've done this one. Oh no, we need to refill the brake fluid, so we will get the bonnet open and hope that there is a normal brake thing. I'm guessing that the car needs coolant as well for cooling the electronics, maybe? I don't know. $500. 500 squids. Do you know, I keep going over to the phone, but I can just look on the mobile. Look at that. Technology, eh? Right, what have we got? We've got an FMW Panther Mark 1 Performance. That looks like an old BMW 3 Series. 3 Series 3-door. That's possibly an M3, but I'll tell you what, I like M3, so I know what it's going to be. There's going to be a problem with the exhaust, but we're going to take it anyway. Let's have a look and see how shitbox brown it actually is. Oh, look at that! It's black. It's got sporty, wow, like real bonnet vents. The bonnet is like Swiss cheese. Look at that! It's more hole than bonnet. Oh, look at that! Wow, that's actually a beautifully kept engine. Look at that! Look at that! What are they asking us to do? They're asking us only 66% repair. That's madness when you look at how good this car has been kept. Look at it, it's absolutely beautiful. So we're chasing down the exhaust here, and as we go further and further, we are finally going to come to, what are we going to come to? We're going to spin this round, and find a dirty broken muffler in the corner there. Look. Oh, disgusting. Right, well, we've got to get that off, haven't we? So we simply have to get this car on the lift. I'm going to put it on the second lifter because I don't want it to feel left out. And you know how these lifters get when you neglect them. Speaking of neglect, it does look like that is a theme for this garage. Even my new lifter that I have installed is clearly a second-hand piece of junk because it's rusty, crusty, and it's probably got some fat man finger sweat on these buttons, which you know, nobody really wants to see. Right, we've got to lift the car up. Get it right up in the air for exhaust, because then when you start taking stuff off, the rust all falls down in your eyes, because that's how it happens. Here we go. We'll take that off. Oh, rear muffler V8. So yeah, we'll get and buy one of those, shall we? Muff V8. Rear muffler V8. That's a basic standard one. There we go. Buy one of them. And put it on. Oh, I got another rear muffler V8 there. Oh, who knew? Who knew? There we go. The car is loud when accelerating. Now it cost me $285 for that bit. So how much are we going to get? $412. So over $100. That's not bad. It's not bad at all. Right, let's look, mobile phone. I'm learning. Finish order with experience bonus. Oh, amazing. Now, I don't know about you, but I don't think I'm happy dealing with an XJ220 where the parts percentage is, well, nearly wasn't going to deal with it at all. I'm going to bring it in because that, I think, is a V6 TWR JV6. Now, the only I've lost it. It's gone. Never mind. Yeah, let's have the Honda Civic because it's 55% and I am fed up with these rust boxes coming through the shop. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool, isn't it? In a sort of, yeah, every man and his dog has done that one. Right, let's have a look. Lack of engine power and a loud exhaust. Well, the loud exhaust might be a rusty exhaust, but who knew? Right, let's get that on the lift. We'll get that up in the air. We'll have a little look underneath it and we will see if we can find out why this thing isn't making any power and what it is making is lots of noise. And the immediate answer to that will be, yes, that rusty shitbox on the back there, that is a rusty exhaust. How can you tell? Because this bit isn't rusty and this bit is all brown and horrible. And we've got more shit up here and the front pipe as well is kaput. So apparently we've got to take the turbo off to get at that part, but we can take the cat off. Yeah, we've got to take the turbo off to get to this one. Or is it a turbo? No, it's just a manifold. It's not turbocharge. Yeah, that's fine. We can get that one. Now let's just see if we can from here see any immediate concerns as to why the car would be down on power. I'll tell you what I'm going to do actually before I do this, because power is something that we might be able to determine from the diagnostics. Let's have a look. We'll get in there, we'll get some diagnostics on it, get some compression tester on it, and this should hopefully tell us if we've got any dodgy parts. That one looks alright. What have we got now? We've also got the multimeter, we'll check everything on there. Starter, alternator, relays. Everything's looking good so far. Okay, nothing of major concern there. Let's try the OBD. We'll see what that brings up. That'll bring up an ECU. There we go. Look, ignition coils, 3 of them. I bet you that is our problem. Oh, there we go. And catalytic converter. There we go. Right, let's see. What does it say? Ignition coils. Ignition coils, catalytic converter, which we already know about, and then we've got the other 2 sections of the exhaust. So this is a nice simple one. Let's get the parts off. Right, we can strip off the rear muffler. We can follow this bad boy down until we get to the catalytic converter. We'll take that off, and then we've got to get in the engine bay for the other bits, although it's engine bay and then back underneath it to take the exhaust off, because why not? Although, to be fair, it's not much fun trying to take these bits off from the wrong side of the car. Here we go. Heat shield off, get the manifold off. Oh my god, how many bolts do they want on this? That's all the bolts. There is no bolts left in Japan. There we go, and I've got to take that one off. Right, let's get the 1 crappy one, 2 crappy one, 3 crappy one. I mean, that one there doesn't exactly look great, but apparently that one's okay. 58%. Right, let's remount that one in its 58% hole. There we go, and I'll have to put 100% as in for the rest of it. Oh, I won't. I can put a 70% one in there, and then I'll get a couple more. I need to change and go to the electronic shop, of course. Ignition coils. Let's have a look. 2 of them. Do love recycling parts from one shipbox to another. There we go. Right, and let's get that up. We can get this exhaust section off, and then get us some new parts. Right, let's have a look. So we need. Here we go. Front exhaust section, rear muffler and catalytic converter. Completely bog standard generic parts will fit on any vehicle. Of course, because that's how these things work. Right. Catalytic converter. Front exhaust section, I think it's that one, and a rear muff. Muff. Lovely. Right, there we go, and now we can put these parts back on. Front exhaust section, catalytic converter, and muffler. There we go. Now I've just got to put the manifold back on, plus a heat shield, plus 11 million bolts. Here we go. Put this manifold back on. Yeah, 70%. Who cares? No gaskets, because gaskets don't exist in this game, which makes all the logical sense in the world. But what can you do? And a manifold cover. It's what stops the heat of the exhaust melting everything. And I'll tell you what, they've got a lot of coolant in there. Like literally everything is filled to the max. Yeah, I'm not sure that's how it's supposed to go, to be fair. I do hope they haven't done the same with the engine oil, because that'd be embarrassing. Right, let's see. What did we make? We made $1,000, and we've got another level up. I wonder if I can afford any more screwing power. Let's have a look what we got. I can go to 45%. Oh, can you believe that? I don't want to waste points there. It's going to have to be have to be screwing power, I reckon. Increase my killing power, eh? We use the traditional old phone there. We've got story order on our BMW M3, or we can have a Range Rover Sport SVR. I hate these things. Just absolutely despise the Range Rover Sport. It's just such a horrible, horrible vehicle. I imagine they're probably loaded though, so you know, if I was running a real garage, I would probably be rubbing my hands with glee when a Range Rover Sport owner turned up. Although here in the UK, half of the people who own, oh look, it's a little Takumi special. Oh, beautiful. Right, I'm going to have a story order because these story orders are clearly the way to make money. Oh God, look at it. But I can actually repair. So like this quarter panel here, right? So this quarter panel, it doesn't come off the car. So I would have to repair the car. But now I've figured out what the welder actually does, I can do that. I didn't check what this person wanted from me, but let's have a look at that now, shall we? We will have a look. Hi, hey, so yeah, I borrowed the car from my dad. He kind of doesn't know about it because he's on a business trip. And you see, it happened that I was driving home at night and something jumped out in front of the car. I was driving very slowly, I really was. I didn't manage to brake, and you can see the results of that in front of you. The car was thrown around a bit, but it cannot be that bad, can it? Please do what you have to do to cover up the tracks. My father will hate me if he realises that I messed around with his gem. It's his beloved car. Please make it quick. So, something jumped out. Spray car with factory paint. Oh God, no. Something jumped out at him and made the car all rusty. Yeah, okay. Love it. Love it, yeah. Something, this is, weren't they driving a BMW in I Know What You Did Last Summer? It better not be some like mad fisherman with a hook who's going to come after me. I'm sure it was a BMW they were driving. Right. I'm probably going to need to invest in like a spray booth or something now, aren't I? And that's going to cost me serious money. So I'd better hope that the rest of this can be done on the cheap. So I'm going to get the car inside, get it on the ramp, get it up in the air, and then maybe just pretend it's not there for a couple of months. Maybe. Right, let's have a look. Get it up in the air. Well, the engine looks in good condition, sort of. You know, it's not quite as shiny and clean as the last one that came in here, but it's not in bad shape. That's overall quite good. They're a little bit low on fluids and what have you, but yeah, in general, that's not in bad condition at all. So maybe they are telling the truth, and it is just purely they ran over a fisherman, and now they need to fix up the body on it. Let's have a look. So what have we actually got to do on this? Part not discovered. Repair or replace body parts. Change the oil, drain old and new. Spray the car with factory paint. Right. I think maybe we should start with the old diagnostics, see what's going on. Because I have a feeling that mechanically this car is going to be fine. Looking at the condition of it, doesn't strike me as one that's going going to be falling apart. Okay, so as suspected, there wasn't a huge amount of problems there. And again, there's not really anything there. It's all in good shape. Yeah, right, so we can do away with that. We will multimeter it just to double check, but it all looks in remarkably good shape. So I might just start pulling body panels off of it and see what of the part not discovered gets filled in when I do it, because I'm really not showing anything up here. Yeah, it's not showing me anything. I will continue to test, and we'll have a look at the tyres. I'm sure the tyres will be fine. Oh, we have got a dodgy tyre. Well, that's worthwhile knowing. And finally, we'll check the fuel system. Yeah, all good there, all good there. So the fuel system's fine. So let me just see, what did we need to do with the other task? Change the coolant and refill the windscreen washer, change the oil. So we're going to have to change the oil. So while we're in here, we might as well get the drain tool on the coolant reservoir. Not that I'm anticipating that we've got to take the water pump or the rad off, but you never know. And we will, let's lift it up, drain the oil. Yeah, we've got one absolutely knackered wheel over there, haven't we? Running gear, yeah, this all looks like suspension sort of issues, although mostly on just the one corner, this one here, which you don't, you know, it's not normally the rear corner that gets wiped out when you run over a hobo. It's I mean, not something that I'm speaking from experience on, but I would imagine, unless you run him over backwards, you're going to do the front corner, wouldn't you? Right, drain some fluid. Yummy, yummy oil. Oh, yeah, that's going to need to come off, I reckon. Oil filter is definitely a problem, and I wonder. Let's just have a quick look under here, because that should actually, no, this wouldn't show up on any of our tests. But what have we got in here? We have a rusty bolt, but other than that, nothing to worry about. It's all good clean pistons and good clean con rods with good clean fun. There we go. Right. Pop this bad boy back together. We're going to have to go and have a look at that rear end, aren't we? So I imagine it might be this wheel that's the one with the problem tyre on it. Yeah, the wheel is definitely done. Brake calipers are done. The brake pad is done. Oh, they did properly do a number on that hobo, didn't they? Rear wheel hub, rear drive axle is shot. Let's have a look. Hub bearing. Do you want to bet the hub bearings? No, the hub bearing is fine. Wow, that's a... Here we go. Bit of WD. Bit WD on that one as well. Let's have a look. Let's take this arm off, I reckon. Bushing. Oh yeah, that's the point. We've got bushings to check everywhere as well around the front, haven't we? We'll see what they're all like. Rear suspension arm. That one's shot to bits as well. There we go. That one, the bushings on that are okay. So we'll take the sway bar rod off. That one's buggered. Shock absorber cap, rear spring, spring cap, rear suspension upper arm. Again, it's clearly rust, and as far as I know, hobos don't create an awful lot of rust when they when you run them over. Rubber bushings there are fine, to be fair. And that one's done. Right, so that's one side completely dismantled. I will just check round here, see if I can see any of the bushings at fault. But again, they actually look pretty good over this side. Again, it's a well cared for car, apart from that driver error, as far as I can tell. But you know, can't be too judgmental. We've all taken our father's car for a joyride and run over a tramp or two. Yeah, there we go. Right, let's see what have we discovered on our list now. Caliper, disc, pads, filter, race tyre, rear axle, rear spring. Oh, we found all of it. Okay. And then we've got bumper, fender, rear bumper, right headlight. Spray the car with factory paint. Now, there's some of those parts that I think look a bit shit. That aren't on the list but look a bit shit. So we'll have to see how it comes on. So we need to start buying these parts. So caliper, disc and pads. Caliper. Disc. Just a standard brake disc as well, I think. Pads. Oil filter, race tyre, rear axle. Right, so let's get the oil filter and I'll have a look at the tyre sizing in a minute. There's a lot going on there, isn't there? Oil filter V8. Filter V8. Right, race tyre. What have we got on the way of 235, 35, 18? Race tyre, race tyre, race tyre. 18, 235, 35, 783. That's mad. Absolutely mad. You wouldn't spend 700 and something on a tyre. That's mad. Rims, right? Rims are an 18A in 18 inch, but I don't know the offset, so I had better ET0. Okay. There we go. Right, let's go and put those bits on the car. Hopefully the tyre that I took off is the tyre that was crap. Everything else was set in those corners, so in that corner there. So fingers crossed it is, but let's have a look then. Rear axle, rear axle, rear axle. So I should be able to pull up a couple of items here with one search. Rear axle. So rear drive axle. I think it's that one. Rear drive axle and rear axle knuckle housing A. Rear axle knuckle housing A and rear drive axle. So many parts. Shock absorber cap, rear spring and spring cap. And a rear spring. I'm fairly certain that you are going to have to put up with listening to my keyboard, because no matter what I do, I cannot get the noise to disappear for that. I think it's the fact that I've got a good old condenser mic, because it was a cheap one, and that's probably, I'm just going to have to live with it. Right, rear suspension arm B, and rear suspension upper arm. Let's see how many we can cross off with rear So rear suspension arm B, rear suspension upper arm. So 1, 2, 3, because we just hope that's right. Rear spring, rear shock absorber cap, rear drive axle. Right, rear wheel hub, rubber bushing, got the spring cap, sway bar, rear end link, and a wheel hub. Right, rear wheel hub. Rear wheel hub. Wheel hub 3. And a wheel hub bearing. No, the bearing was fine, wasn't it? Yeah, it was. Rear wheel hub, rubber bushing, and then we need a sway bar, rear end link. Sway bar, rear end link, a bushing, rubber bushing. And was there anything else on our list of parts? I don't think there was. Rear wheel hub 3, sway bar. Yep, I reckon we can start putting this bad boy back together again, because I know that's what you guys have been waiting for. So what do you reckon we're going to earn on this one? It's far too early to say, because we need to apparently paint the bloody thing. And I'm not actually looking forward to that. Now, do you reckon we can get away with 69% here? I reckon we can probably get away with 69%. Yep, get all of these parts on. And then I'm going to need to find out what I need to actually buy in order to cover this crap box in paint. Right, hang on. Let's go back one. Right, you, and you. Yeah, why not? Looking good. Right, shock absorber we didn't change, that one's fine, that stays as it is. Then we get our hub, our rear wheel hub. Do some nuts up and then get this hub bearing. This one always confuses me. If you don't get the hub bearing in, you can't put the rear drive axle in, and you stand there looking at it going, what's missing for ages? Right. Brake pads, caliper. No, let's get the rear suspension arm and the bushing for that on. And then we'll check that our bushing has been... There we go. I think that was the one where it was crappy looking, wasn't it? Let's have a look. Yeah, so our bushing looks fine. That's okay. I need to go and balance that first, don't I? No good. You can't put it on the car until it's been balanced, of course, because, well, it's not like everyone drives around with unbalanced tyres, and you put whatever you like on the bloody car. Here we go. Right, that is... I'm pretty sure that is suspension done. Now, have I got an oil filter to put on somewhere up here? I do. Right, that's that in place. That should be all of our mechanical issues with the car. The wheels on this are black, and I've given him a silver one. I wonder if that's now, do I need to wash it before I can clean this thing? Let's have a look. What does this say? Front bumper, front left and front right fenders, rear bumper, right headlight. So right headlight, we'll take that out. That's pooped. Front bumper B. Where's front bumper B then? I did say front bumper B, didn't it? Front bumper B. Let's take it off and see what it says. Ah, Panther Mark 1 front bumper B. Okay. Left and right fenders, they are both kaput. And a rear bumper as well, which apparently is all smushed up too. Now, it doesn't say anything about replacing the trunk or the hood. But I bet you if I take them off, they are 29%. Well, that's something else, isn't it? Right, we'll put that back on. Ah, look, if you take it off, then it's suddenly not dusty anymore. Okay. I guess that means in my inventory now there's a crap load of dust. Or my pocket. Excuse me while I just down my tea. I have a habit of leaving it too long, and then it ends up stone cold. So now apparently the doors, the trunk, the hood, they don't need replacing. But I reckon before I buy myself a paint shop, I am going to need to either clean this or repair it with my welder. Now I'm just going to go and have a look over here, because we've done all the mechanical stuff in the car. And as we found last time on the Nissan, on the Skyline that we repaired, the body panels are not actually that expensive. That one had quite a lot of mechanical problems, and they were quite expensive. So we ended up spending like 15,000, which is all I had in the bank at the time. Now, what is this going to ask of me? I need to... Ooh, a paint shop builds a paint shop near your garage. 15,000 credits. This is going to be expensive. and I hope it's going to be worth it, because I really hope this is going to be worth it, because that is a significant chunk of our budget there. Like I say, we're working our way up towards 100,000, and we've only got 22. So, I mean, I need to paint the car, spray it the factory colour, spray car with factory paint. Now, I can only assume that you can do that in a spray booth. There just doesn't seem to be any other option. So, I think we're going to have to buy the spray booth, folks, because it doesn't seem like there's any other choice. Right, build to paint shop. Here we go. Adds advanced colour palette and paint types to your paint shop. Adds custom colour mixing and liveries to your paint shop. Well, I don't need that. So, can I move the car, paint whole car as well as separate parts here? So I need to... Now it's covered in rust. I can't just paint over the rust, but let's put the... Let's buy the body shop parts for the bits that we know we need to replace. Right, Panther Mark II. Of course, again, it's there. It's in the shop. Right, front. Hang on. But that was a front bumper B. Is that what I'm buying? I don't think that's the right part, but I'm going to try it and see what happens. See, look, so does that mean I need to fix those parts? That's a front bumper B. No, that's not a front bumper B. That's the problem. Right. Well, in that case, I've got to take that off. Is there another body shop? Body tuning shop? Oh, for Pete's sakes. It's right there. So it's a front bumper B, more expensive. It's a rear bumper B, more, I'm assuming more expensive. Now, was it a headlight B, or was it, yeah, headlight B, but the fender's wings. Right headlight B, and then I need to come out of this and go back to the proper bodywork shop for my fenders. Front left fender, front right fender. Now we can put this bad boy back together. Right, so we have a Mark 1, right, front bumper B, right headlight B, right front fender, left front fender, bumper B on the rear. Okay, that looks good to me. I'll put the license plate back on because I have one of those. And what is that now telling us that we have done? Right. So apparently we can repair these body parts at some point. Yet at 400 credits per piece, it doesn't seem like a massive... I've just seen my credit balance again. It's down to 5,000. Oh, that's bad. Right, change the oil. Spray it with factory paint. Change the coolant. Right, so I'm going to do those because I'm a good mechanic and I would probably drive it over to the shop. So it'd probably be a good idea to put oil in it. I'm not a good mechanic. I'm a fucking cowboy at the best of times, to be honest with you. There we go. That's that. And we are also going to put coolant in it because why the hell not? There we go. Minimum viable product, and I think it wants us to refill the washer fluid as well. But hopefully that's only like 7 credits, so we'll just double check. Other tasks are done. Now we need to spray the car with factory paint. So we're going to move the car to the paint shop, and it's going to go, you can't do this because the car is all rusty. And then it's going to want me to welder it or something. Right, how do I do it? Paint shop. Paint car. Car is dirty and unprepared for paint job. Do you want to prepare the car for 1,000... Car is dirty and unprepared. Do you want to prepare the car for 100 credits? So I can do 17.5 cars, and then it would have taken all of the money that I would have spent on a car wash bay. I suppose that's reasonable, isn't it? Right. Yes. Right. Factory colour. What? But what happens to all the rusty bits? What am I doing? What am I doing? What colour is it supposed to be? So current colour is that. Factory colour is that. Oh, so we just paint it a factory colour. Right, that'll do then. 1,000 credits. I mean, he gave me 10 grand, which I suppose technically I do now have. I suppose technically I do have a paint booth, which has got to maybe count for something, but it doesn't. Well, that. Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it is what it is. That's again, that is disappointing. But what? What's his das? Is that respray paint booth? Oh, that's where my test path would be if I had it and built it. Where's my... Oh, that's like a long walk to get back again. I wonder, can I go through this little back door? Oh. Oh, stunning. Oh, look. Amazing. And there's a calendar. Yeah. Cool. Interior detailing toolkit. Right, okay. Awesome. So let's just have a look and see what we've got on the look at all of this. We've got like 5 options here. I'm going to have an XJS in the shop because I do love an XJS. This will be an XJ12 actually, because this is the V12 version. I mean, now I actually used to work with Jaguars, and to be honest with you, I know this appears to be rusty, but this is actually how they came out of the factory. A Vision in blue and beige. What's wrong with you, buddy? Let's have a look. New engine oil and filter. Put new engine, comma, oil and filter. General running gear control and repair. Poor brake performance. Well, we can't be having that in a V12 land yacht. Honestly, I mean, the brakes were made out of cheese, and the car weighed like nearly 2 tons. So, yeah, it's not that surprising. Let's pop the hood. Pop the hood. Lift the bonnet. Right, what have we got in here? We have got a crappy car. Oh, what have we got? We've got distributor cap. Ugh. No, there's nothing wrong with distributor caps if you're not a sadist. Right, what we got? Bushings. They look a bit crusty, but I don't think they are going to be the main issue that we have on this one. The fan looks pretty bad. I mean, that fan does actually look quite bad. I wonder what sort of state that one's going to be in. That's right, just poke the WD-40 through the radiator. 42%. What are we actually... what? No, okay, that's fine. We can put that back because that is 2% more than it should be. Which is probably actually 2% more than it came out of the factory with as well. Right, let's have a look. That looks a bit broken, doesn't it? So does that. Check these shocks, see what they're like. 41%. Right, well, that can go straight back on then. That's perfectly serviceable for another 41%, typical Jaguar owner. Right, let's run it through some... The car does not have an OBD port. Yeah, of course it doesn't, because this was built around about the same time as the Ark. Shit, but not shit enough to worry about. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There is actually 12 of them. I wasn't convinced that there was going to be 12 of them. I thought that it was going to be like some other games where they just go, it's a V12, but it's only got, you know, 4 things to take off. I think I've found, once I hit my target, I think I might actually have found the next game that I will be investing in to play on stream with you guys. House Flipper, doesn't that sound amazing? That's going to be like this, but with houses. So if you like this, I'm sure you'll love it when I do it with houses. Because I can pretend that I know what I'm talking about with houses as well as cars. Okay, so we have found absolutely nothing. Right, so poor brake performance. I haven't had a chance to actually look at any of the brakes yet. General running gear control and repair. Oof. There's going to be a part hidden away somewhere in this lot that that is less good than the rest of them. Now, I have no idea how we tell what that part is. I suppose we could build the tech. No, I'm not going to spend the rest of my 14,000 credits on. So can I just? Oh, okay. So I'm guessing this is just like a visual inspection of everything that's kind of left on the car. I didn't even realise that you could do this, so that's a good thing. Still don't actually think I've found what the problem is, so that's mildly worrying. Okay, we can have a look at all the suspension bits. The music seems to be doing its best sort of Skrillexy type effort at the moment, which is okay if you like yourself a bit of dubstep. Who doesn't like a bit of dubstep? I'm with Deadpool on dubstep. It's the thing, apparently. You know, don't at me. Okay, we have to check both sides of the exhaust. That's logical, I guess. And then we have to check the front and the... Okay. But you can't check the cats. Fair enough. We'll check the fuse box, because... yeah, okay, so... we've checked quite a lot of it. But I don't think we can check all of it. This is very strange, because, well, it's not very strange. I mean, it could be anything. It could be in the gearbox. It could be where it could be anywhere. And there's basically nothing on the car that is in great condition. It's all shit. So, yeah, I just have to go along with, take this off and I can look at the brakes. What? Oh God. Yeah. No, I mean, it's no real worse than the rest of the car, but yeah, that's pretty shit. Do you know what? I think in my entire mechanicking career here, I haven't yet found a single brake caliper piston that's needed replacing. Who knew? Who knew that they were the most... oh yeah, brake pad is shot to bits. We'll get that one off. Yeah, 28%. 28%. most Jag owners would actually be asking for a second opinion on the on whether or not they could keep that. I don't know about these housings, these rubber bushings. They look okay to me, or certainly not okay. You'd probably want to replace them if it was your own car and you cared about your spine, but as it stands in this car, I don't think anybody's really going to be that concerned by it because the whole thing is falling apart. That there looks like it could well be very rust. There we go. I think that's our running gear problem. Let's take this wheel off as well. And that one looks okay. Let's have a look now. Right. Oh, my chair has... There we go. It's not trying to kill me anymore. General running gear control. There we go. Look, we've found everything finally on this beautiful piece of British engineering. Right, so we need to buy some brake pads. Always got the classy stuff here. Oh well, you know, it is right. It was a ventilated disc, wasn't it? And a brake caliper, and then we've got a sway bar caliper, brake caliper. Yeah, like I say, not had to replace a single brake caliper cylinder. And then we've got finally a sway bar rear end link. A sway bar rear end link. Let's buy one of those. Now let's get it all back together. Yeah, I didn't have to take anything off on this side, did I? Oh, I got a little achievement there for new and shiny. Buy lots and lots of parts from the main part shop. Right, brake pads, brake caliper. Let's put the shit ones on. It was the first one where the yeah, I think so. The first one where the brake disc was shot. Where the caliper was shot, yeah. Was on that on this side or the other side? I don't bloody know. Brake pads. I don't think it really matters, to be honest with you. And a big chunky British wheel. Excellent. Right, let's get over to this other side where the other stuff is. Right, brake disc, brake pads, brake caliper. Oh, super quality there. Right, what do we have to do? New engine oil, right. Raise the shit box. Put that under it and go and empty the oil. Now apparently our V12 oil filter somewhere covered in rust up there, although that looks like a yellow one to me. Oil filter V8, yes, because you know, the oil filter only needs to deal with the oil filter doesn't need to deal with the extra 4 cylinders. That would be ridiculous. Right, and then we refill it with oil, which means putting oil in it. I'm not sure if you're aware of that, but that's how it works. Glug 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 glug. Oh, there we go. That's enough. And get out of here. What? There is no oil in the engine. You cannot perform this action. I literally just... What? What? Oil. Well, now there's too much oil in it. I mean, yeah, they'd be angry with me if I put too much oil in it, maybe. Oh, it's another electric car. A Mia Veni Urs. Oh, look at that. Thing of beauty. Hang on. Cannot start the car. Isn't that... That's an electric vehicle, isn't it? Engine is working, but it's choppy. What? Find and... I'm not looking for... No. I'm gonna have another Sierra. I'm gonna take another Ford Sierra. And I'm not... Oh, that's actually a wicked looking car. Look at it. Beautiful. Stunning. Graceful. Poised. Crankshaft bearing cap. Power steering pump start. How do they get this list of parts? How do they get a list of parts of strange noise from engine bay, but we know exactly what it is? Why does it say strange noise from engine bay? Why don't you just go, you know, dodgy crankshaft bearing cap, power steering pump, starter motor, and steering rack? And how does a steering rack give you a strange noise from engine bay? Oh, the engine's working, but it's choppy. Get stuffed. These are not the jobs that are going to turn me into a millionaire. They just aren't. They are shit jobs. But, you know, beggars can't be choosers, and neither can mechanics, apparently. Right, so it's the throttle then, yeah? Power steering pump, steering rack. ABS module. Lovely. Right, we can take all these bits straight off because we can see that they're the problem. Starter motor over there, yeah, that was part of our list of weird things that shouldn't actually make the engine run choppy, but apparently do. Oh, god damn it. I keep forgetting every single time. Look, put that back on. Put that back on. And put that back on. Don't think the ABS module is going to affect me from carrying out my diagnostics, but right. Compression test. You see, the nice thing about this is even if I don't find any parts that are actually faulty, I do get loads of experience for it because it counts the same as if you've taken a part off, which is always good. So you know we can see that the starter's crap. We can see that everything else electrically is pretty much okay. It's all looking good. Let's run. No, cannot do OBD because it's too old and crappy. And we will run a fuel test. Well, throttle is definitely kaput. We need to drain the power steering. Yummy, yummy power steering fluid out of there. Go back to unmounting parts and we take the idler roller off. Ooh, what's that need to come off first? Oh yes, little cert belt down here. And then we can take this belt down here off, and then we can take our power steering pump off, which of course is just held on with one belt, because why wouldn't it be? With one bolt rather. Right, we're going to get the rims off. Wrench, wrench, wrench. Come on. Tie rods. Inner, outer, inner, outer, inner, outer, outer, inner. You can come off. You've got to come off from underneath the car. Take off the rim. No real issues with the brakes at the front here. Right, that's got to come off from underneath the car. We need to start a motor off. Otherwise, we'll have to lift it, lower it, lift it, lower it. No particular issues looking at the bushies. They all look quite good, to be honest with you. So does the ones in there and there. Yeah, right, so let's lift her up, see if we can find out what's wrong at the back. Oh, I can see some rust. I can see some rust under here. Oh, are these drum brakes? No, they're discs, look. All scuzzy and horrible. Get a bit of WD-40 on there and clean that up. Yeah, caliper's shot, brake pads are shot, brake disc is shot. What about the other side? Do you reckon the other side's in good nick? I don't know. Let's have a look. Actually doesn't look too bad, to be fair. Right, where are we on the list of things? Crankshaft bearing cap, power steering pump, starter steering rack. Oh, of course, there's a crankshaft bearing cap underneath it, yeah. Oh, and the throttle was the problem. Brilliant. ABS module, brake caliper, brake disc, brake pads. So I need to empty the oil out of it because I've got to get the crankshaft bearing caps out. Brilliant. I've got to go right in the bottom of this thing. Thankfully, though, it's not too deep. Right, should we order some parts? Throttle inline 4. Throttle inline. What? Throttle inline 4 single overhead cam. Is that the bit? Is that the rusty bit that I just took out? Throttle inline 4. Oh well, we'll see. Crankshaft bearing cap. Crankshaft bearing cap, one of them. Power steering pump inline 4. power steering pump I4. Power steering pump I4. One of them. Steering rack. Probably that. Yep. And a starter. And then I got the throttle, didn't I? Crankshaft, bearing cap, power steering pump, starter, steering rack. And then we need ABS module, caliper, disc pad. Caliper, disc pad. Caliper, disc pad. Starter. Caliper. Disc. Pads. And then, I'm pretty sure our starter motor is there. Excellent. Let's put it all back together because ain't nobody got time for a poorly Ford Sierra. Here we go. Brake disc. One of you. Pads. Caliper. Bolts. Wheel. So it goes. Disc. Pads. Caliper. Wheel. Right. What else have we got on here? We need to put the steering rack out. Now, oddly enough, I can reassemble all of this stuff from underneath. But you can't take the steering rack out from above. Who knew? Mind you, I suppose they're not grubbing around on their hands and knees with a on the street with a couple of spanners and a little jack. Wheels are in good shape, aren't they? Right, I need to have a look at you and take the oil. Well, it was going to happen sooner or later, but not today, gang, not today. We're going to empty you of oil. Look at that. Oil pan off. Oh yeah, I've still got to buy an ABS module as well, haven't I? That was in the electronics shop, I think. Right, crankshaft bearing cap. That's the dodgy one. Switch to part mount and put in the new. Here we go. We're nearly there. That's another one signed off. Another happy customer. Another pot of money for the money people. Oh, I've got to go in the engine bay to do that. Is there anything else down here that needs doing? I don't believe there is. Get you down. And I can go ahead and put all of these bits back in. Right, throttle. Yes, it was the right thing. Power steering pump. Yes, it was the right one. Single bolt to hold in a vital part of the engine, which if it fails will take that belt off, and that belt is driving all of these extra bits as well. Handy. Water pump, that'll kill the car. Right, and ABS module. Swap that one over. And I think that is actually everything. I haven't got one of these yet, have I? Oh. And again, I haven't been keeping tabs on how much a job is actually costing me to do, but I'm just assuming as my money is slowly going up that the game isn't stiffing me on all of these. I need to put oil in it, don't I? Yeah, see, I told you so. Oil in it. Put oil in it. And then I've got to put power steering fluid in it as well, because otherwise I'll get in trouble. I'm not sure who I'll get in trouble from. The police, probably. There we go. And starter motor. Always forget the starter. Every single time. I mean, you'd remember it when it came to actually 3,500. I guess I am. My money is going up, so I must be doing something reasonably right. This is brake system and allowed exhaust. But at least it's 77%, unlike some of these others. Oh, look at this. Car is hard to control. Loud exhaust, engine oil and filters. 46%. 50. I'm going to take the 77% order because I like looking at shiny cars rather than these rusty shit boxes. Oh, it just has to be one of these gopping, ugly fucking discoveries, doesn't it, though? AJW6Y2. Who actually knows? Who thought that was a good idea, putting the bloody number plate on all cocked to one side with a swoop? A swoop. I like the swoop, but I just don't like the asymmetry. It's just not the done thing. Shouldn't be the done thing. Brake system needs fixing and allowed exhaust. Well, the allowed exhaust will be a dodgy exhaust, and the brake system needing fixing will be parts in the brake system not being right. I mean, I could totally just be a spanner man. Some might say I'm already a spanner man. And there we have it, folks. That's what happens when you drive through the sea. Yeah, lovely, lovely, lovely bits and pieces there. Coming off of this car. I think we've got more rusty, crusty shit over here, have we? Yeah, we've got brake pads on this side. Better get this one off as well. Yeah, I must remember to keep doing my diagnostics. Diagnostics is very important because you do get that extra one experience every single time. And to be honest with you, that is the only way to level up in this game as far as I can tell. Apart from you can get like XP boosts on like certain missions and stuff like that. Now what we got here is that, how does that, well, that one looks fine, so I'm going to leave that one, but I can't take the, yeah, we need to lift it up to get that bit off, so let's do that now. Oh, and then we can get underneath and start dismantling the exhaust. And oh, okay. Didn't it say the exhaust is loud and there was like 3 components to it? But I've just taken them all off in one fell hit. Oh, yeah. There's an exhaust manifold there. That's shot. Yeah, that's probably what it is. Part not discovered. Oh no. Rear muffler and that part. So yeah. And then we got a oh, it's a crusty ABS module. Whoop whoop whoop, ABS module. Yeah, no, it's one of them. Right, get it back down again then. Wrong side fluent. Here we go. Oh. Yes, this definitely looks like a vehicle that's been used near my hometown. There's a special place near my hometown where people regularly end up driving through seawater. So looks like what's happened here. Oh no, I need to take the turbo off first. Pretty sure these Discovery, is this a Discovery or a Discovery Sport? I thought this was a 3-litre V6 twin. It is! There we go, look. Ah, I thought as much. Ah, wonderful. What a beautiful rendition of a shit engine that's sending the world mad at the moment. All these people buying their crapbox Land Rovers and the engines are blowing up. Exhaust manifold V6 AGD, rear muffler V6 AJD. Right, let's have a look at this. Not on. Oh no, hang on. I did want that because I want an ABS module, didn't I? Buy that. I need to go to the normal car parts. What did I want? Muff AJD. Rear muffler. 700. Oh, wow. Exhaust AJD. Manifold. Yep. And then I need some brake parts, don't I? Got the ABS module. I need a caliper, 2 discs, 2 pads. Caliper. Disc. 1 each. I do like the fact that all the brake discs, all the pads, all the calipers, they're all the same, even though every single vehicle has a different one. There was 2 pads, wasn't there? Yeah. Right, let's put it all back together. This will be a nice quick one. And then I might even take a little break and come back. Just because I need a quick bio and I'm not quite ready to end the stream tonight. I'm quite enjoying myself. I'm not tired. I think it's I think this could be quite a good one. So let me have a look. Was there something else that I was fitting or something? Yeah, that's it. We can do brakes and stuff while it's up in the air. We'll put that on. We'll put this on. Brake pads. Put the brake caliper on. Put the tyre back on. Brake pads. Brake caliper. Wheel. I do love the simplicity of a good wheel job. Brake disc. Brake pads. Caliper. Nut. Wheel. Simplicity itself. Right, I need to lift it up in the air and then get the muffler back on it. Muffler. Although, to be fair, I don't think our name for it is any much better. We would just call that a back box. Or a silencer. Yeah, right, let's have a look. Car status. Done. £3 there. Oh, that was nice. Wow. Appreciate that one. £3. So, let's have a look. Have I got any more skills? No, I'm still as skillless as before. Battery charger and window tints. We can brake lath. We can engine tool. As an engine stand and crane, allows removing, swapping and building whole engines. Okay. Workbench allows fixing mechanical parts. Renovator upgrade required. So that goes in my garage expansion, and then I need what? I don't know what I need. Required expansions. Lifter, garage expansion. Expand back end of your garage. Allows further development of your workspace. Body repair station. There's quite a lot to unlock here. I don't know whether £100 is going to be enough enough headroom to actually get any of those bits. XJ220, Sentinel Performance, Jaguar XJS V12. Suspension rattling. Sloppy car steering, other tasks. Well, you really don't want an XJ220 to be sloppy steering, do you? I'm not having an Evoque. Oh god, they're hideous. I'm going to take one of these. In fact, I think this will be the... Oh, look at it. Stunning. That is a glorious car. I mean, it must be quite odd that I think they sold about 6 of these in total, because they really were not a popular car. And this garage appears to have all of them come through. What do we got? Suspension rattling, running gear faults, sloppy car steering, and fill some power steering fluid and windscreen washers. Let's get it in, get it on the ramp. It's like 1 or 2 parts. This will be a bit of a nightmare finding them, but we will see what we can do. Let's lift her up. Let's get all the way underneath her, because it is just running gear and brakes and stuff. Well, there you go. That's your problem bit there. So we'll take that off. Have that off. Nut. Right, that's one problem part. What have we got here? Oh, we've got a wheel hub as well. Right, we've got to take the hub off. Take the rim off. Wheel hub cap. And then we can get the hub bearing. That's that one. What do we got here? We've got bushings. Well, that one looks rotten, doesn't it? We'll take that one off, see if that's part of it. Yeah, that's one of it. And then we've got this inner tie rod over here, which needs changing. I mean, that brake disc's got a little bit of rust on it, but it's just normal wear and tear, I think. It's nothing particularly special. What we got? Gonna need to go up there to check these bushings. What's that one like over there? That one looks okay. Should we check down the back of the car? Or how much more of the car do you reckon we have to check? Let's just head down the back, see what we've got. We've got another crusty bush in there. One doesn't actually look too bad, it's just the nut that's on it. Nothing instantly obvious in there. And the same over this side, all looks good. So, what have we got? Have we got anything to report on in this sort of area? Let's have a look. What we got? Sway bar, wheel hub, rubber bushing, inner tie rod. Amazing. Right, sway bar, front end link B. Sway bar, front end link B. Wheel hub. Rubber bushing, inner tie rod. Inner tie rod, there we go. Right. Part mount. Okay, so there wasn't actually anything at the back, was there? That was all in good order. Apparently the air intake is literally just an air filter stuffed into the engine bay, because that's a thing, isn't it? Right, part mount. So we need to put this bad boy back together. We've got a wheel hub bearing, we've got a wheel hub cap, and we've got a tyre. Lovely. And then we've got to go to t'other side, and on t'other side we've got an inner tie rod, an outer tie rod, nut, and a sport tyre. That's not all of the parts, is it? Oh yeah, we have a sway bar front end link. Well, apparently you can put this one on without taking the wheel off. And then we had a rubber bushing there. Was that it? Was that the only one? I think that was the only one. Power steering fluid and windscreen washer. Let's drop this bad boy down. I'll tell you what, that is a stunning looking car. Absolutely stunning looking car. Right, windscreen washer fluid. Fill that bad boy up. And then, where's the power steering? I think that's going to be all the way at the back. Let's go have a look, shall we? We'll open up the actual bonnet. What? Is there a engine cover? There we go. Right. Engine. Power steering reservoir. We'll fill that one up from here, shall we? I did just say refill, not change, I'm guessing. If so, or if not, I've wasted 12 credits. Right, finish that order. How many credits do we reckon, folks? I reckon that is going to be a solid 400 credits on this order. We'll see. I could just check here, but I would have been disappointed either way. But never mind. Here we go. 219 credits, putting us just shy of 18,000, and just shy of 18,000, and finishing the stream for the night. It's getting quite late here in the UK. It's about 10 o'clock. I've got work tomorrow. I've got a long drive ahead of me, as I often do. But I've really enjoyed the stream. I've really enjoyed putting on a show for you guys and playing a bit of this car mechanic simulator. I'm not sure how many sessions we're going to have left. We are getting hopefully to the stage where our big purchases are no more, that we don't need to keep shelling out for them. However, that being said, I imagine that there's a few more things that I'm going to have to buy, namely dyno and car wash and garage expansion and a test path, because otherwise, I mean, to be fair, I am sort of slightly struggling without the test path, because it is very difficult to find some of these suspension components and what have you without disassembling the entire car. But we are getting there. We're going to smash our goal eventually. I'm just not sure how long it's going to take. I don't think I've been too wasteful, but who can tell? We might smash it in the next stream. Anyway, guys, thank you very much for your attendance, and I am about to sign off. So I really appreciate it. Thanks very much.